Hello and welcome everybody to Miramont Lifestyle Fitness here in Fort Collins, Colorado. Our first match of the morning will be a doubles match at the number one doubles position between the CSU Rams and the Colorado Buffaloes. It'll be Kaylee Schultz and Kendall Heitzner taking on Juliet Stewart and Aaron Saunders. Joined alongside here with Demetrius Gonzalez, as we like to call him here, Demo. Demo, what are you expecting here at the beginning of this match?
I'm just excited to see Aggies, Orange Out Day. I'm excited to see them compete, first game of the season. Hopefully they don't disappoint.
And a big first serve that time from Juliet Stewart from the Buffaloes as they jump out to a quick 15-11 lead here. Demo, as you mentioned, it is free admission here and an orange out. So a lot of fans here at the tennis match, tennis players, family, and friends coming here. So pretty exciting atmosphere for these players today at Miramont Fitness.
Another big serve there by Stewart, and quickly 30-love for the Buffs.
Yeah, and it looks early on here that the Rams are going to have to try and get on their return game to try and get back into this match. It looks like the Buffaloes are going to keep pounding those first serves, so the return game is going to be crucial for the Rams at the onstart of this match. That time she misses on the first serve. It's going to be a second serve coming up for the Buffaloes. That shot's going to sail long that time by Kendall Heitzner, and it's going to be a 40-love lead for the Buffaloes here in the opening game of this set. Demo, what do you think this team needs to try and do here on the return to try and be more successful and get a point?
It's looking like they're just not getting enough height in the ball. It looks like they've been trying just to get it over the net, and they haven't been successful, so...
Tough break that time for the Rams as the shot clips the net, and that's going to be the first game here for CU here at Miramont Fitness in the number one doubles match, and Stewart and Saunders jumping out to a quick 1-0 lead on Schultz and Heitzner. CSU, this is their first match of the spring. Well, this is the fifth for the Buffaloes. Buffaloes coming in at a 2-2 record out of the Pac-12 conference. CSU, as we mentioned, this is their first one out of the Mountain West. A young team, Demo, 5 true freshmen on this roster, no seniors, so a pretty inexperienced team. It's going to be important for them as the season moves on to try and improve each and every match, so it's definitely important that they come out and get a good start in this one.
No doubt, and they got to be led by junior Kaylee Schultz.
Schultz is the captain of this team as their partner Heitzner is back to serve for the Rams. Decent rally that time, but leaving the alley open, and Stewart's going to go ahead and take advantage of that one and rip the forehand down the line. Once again, the Buffaloes take the first point of this game, and it's now 5 straight now for CU to start out this match.
And that shot's just a little short, hits the net, another point for the Buffs.
Yeah, tough break that time for Kendall Heitzner. The return looked like it was going to go out, just caught the line. Maybe she was thinking it was going to go out, wasn't quite prepared to hit that next shot, and that's why she netted it. And down quick now, love 30.
Another one hits the net for the Rams, and it's 40-love for the Buffs yet again.
7 straight points for CU coming out of the gates here in this number one doubles match. And the Rams need to try and change things up quickly if they want to get back into this match. And that shot goes wide, and that's going to be 2 straight games to open for CU. CSU has not even gotten a point yet in this one, and things not looking too hot for the Rams right now. Demo, what do they need to do here on this return game to try and get back into this first set?
Just try and get over the net. I mean, you've seen their shots go short, and you've seen them just not go high enough. So just get over the net and then just hope that you can rally and get the point.
It's going to be the lefty Saunders back to serve for the Buffaloes. And that's going to be an ace right up the tee from the lefty. A little bit of a different look from Juliet Stewart is Stewart really pounding that first serve. Saunders come out at the southpaw, throwing a little spin on it, and going right up the tee for the ace. And that is yet another point for CSU still yet to put a point up on the scoreboard. And that ball is going to go out, and that is going to be the first point of the match for CSU as we take a look at the replay. Ball just landing deep of the baseline there. Good rally, lots of lobs in that one. That time CSU was able to be consistent out there on the court, keep the ball in play, and they got the job done just like you said, Demo. Saunders back to serve now at 15 all.
And that serve hits the net. We're going to get a second serve.
And it's always important in the game of tennis to really try and pounce on your opponent's second serves, especially when you're on the return side. Great point that time by the Rams. It was a great deep return right at the opponent's feet and set up perfectly for the kill at the net for Kaylee Schultz. And now CSU with a little bit of an opening here on Saunders' service game to try and get a break back and get back into this first set. Saunders serving at 15-30 for the Buffaloes. That time just a shank return by Kaylee Schultz. A good serve by Saunders, kind of tying her up, and it was an easy put away for Juliet Stewart up at the net. Now we're at 30 all here in the third game of this opening set.
Kind of good to see that CU broke that, 7-8 point straight streak, and now they were able to start a streak of their own, get 2 straight.
Looks like that ball is going to go just wide, and it's going to give the point to the Buffaloes. Forehand to backhand rally that time between Heinzner and Saunders, and the experienced Saunders is going to come away with the point there for the Buffaloes. Heinzner did a good job of keeping it away from Stewart up at the net, but just couldn't keep it in play for that last shot. And that's going to be the game for CU, and they're going to jump out to a quick 3-0 lead here in the first set. That time, Schultz was unable to keep it away from Stewart up at the net. Not the start that the Rams were looking for, Demo, but still a lot of time left. Going to be big to try and come out and just get that first hold in this set to try and get things going back in their direction.
Yeah, and like we said earlier, it starts with the return game. They got to start returning those serves, and they got to start getting those rallies.
It'll be Kaylee Schultz, the junior, to serve for CSU here in the fourth game of this number 1 doubles match. Taking a look at the past between these two schools, CSU has yet to beat the Buffaloes, and in last year's matchup, it was Colorado that walked away with a 6-1 victory over CSU. So trying to break down some barriers here and get that first elusive win against the CU Buffaloes, who have kind of been dominant of late. We talked about the CSU team coming in with 5 freshmen, inexperienced team, but with a lot of talent, just trying to find the right mix right now to put things together in their first match of spring tennis. Schultz back to serve now for the Rams. And a good first serve that time. Unreturnable serve that time by Schultz, and CSU is going to jump out to a 15-love lead as we see Coach John Messick walking across the court there, going to coach up one of the other matches here for CSU. But just what the Rams were looking for to start this game off, Demo. And that backhand is going to go wide, and it's going to be 15 all.
Yeah, we're seeing some good serves here by Schultz, and they need to keep up this intensity because, all of them are going to be unreturnable. So hopefully Heisner will be ready for when they finally do return their serves.
That serve is going to be just long, and she'll be back for a second serve now. That time the volley is netted by Saunders up at the net. CSU now up 30-15. Looks like Heisner kind of hesitated there at the net, leaning whether or not she should hit that volley or not. Let it go. Ended up turning out good for CSU anyways, as Saunders netted the volley up there though. 30-15 now in favor of the Rams. And that time, a tremendous lob by Stewart. It was another great cross-court rally between CSU and CU. And the Rams moved up into the net. Heitzner went for the backhand slam. Didn't quite get enough on it, giving Juliet Stewart a chance to get the ball back in play. And she hit a tremendous top spin lob over both of the Rams' heads. And we are now knotted up at 30 all. And that serve's going to be called out, going just wide. Schultz looking like she might have wanted the call. But it's going to be a second serve coming up now at 30 all. Crucial point in this service game for Kaylee Schultz, trying to get the Rams on the scoreboard here. Taking her time on the serve. And once again, the depth of the CU girls' shots are really affecting the Rams right now. Going back at her feet, having to hit that shot, falling away, and netted once again in demo like you were talking about. Just the consistency factor right now is really hurting the Rams. CU keeping more balls in play, and that's allowing them to jump out to this early lead.
And another net serve there, so second serve coming up.
Saunders that time going right at Kendall Heitzner, the freshman, at the net, and she sends the volley long, and that is going to be game yet again for CU, jumping out to commanding 4-0 lead right now in this opening set. And, maybe a little bit of nerves for the CSU team. We talked about the youth. Schultz is one of the more experienced players, a junior this year and captain of the team, but playing alongside a freshman, maybe she's going to go out there and try and calm her down a bit. CU definitely more experienced players in both Stewart and Saunders, and now they're going to have to deal with that rocket of a serve from Juliet Stewart.
And they're going to call that serve a little wide, it looks like, and Stewart is not happy.
Yeah, she's going to have to go back and serve up a second serve. We'll see if CSU can try and take advantage here and get a good return. And good volley that time by Stewart to finish up the point. It was a great stretch volley attempt by Kaylee Schultz, and Heisner did a good job of coming over and covering her side on the running get, but CU just finishing it off at the net. Good point played by the Rams, but unfortunately yet again unable to pay it off in the end, and dropping down 15 love to start off this game.
And it looks like that serve is a little wide yet again.
Another second serve coming for Stewart and the Buffaloes.
And this time that one clips the top of the net, and that's going to be a double fault point for CSU.
15 all now in this game. Stewart serving for the Buffaloes in this one doubles matchup here at Miramont Lifestyle Fitness in Fort Collins, Colorado. First spring match of the season for the CSU Rams. And that time Heitzner just fluffs the volley right into the net. Maybe a little bit of nerves right there. She had time to hit that one. Just came up with the error though, as we see Schultz slapping her hand, trying to encourage her a little bit there on the court. get her partner going as the Buffaloes extend that lead to 30-15 now in this game. Big time forehand down the line that time from Schultz. She caught Saunders leaning that time, Demo, and she made her pay for it.
Oh, yeah, big time. That was a huge smash. Hopefully that gets the Rams going.
Yeah, we definitely like to see CSU continue that aggressive play here, continue to go after the Buffaloes in this opening set. And another unfortunate play for the Rams. That time Heitzner with a good backhand down the line right at Saunders up at the net, but she deflected it back. And Heitzner maybe lost her footing a little bit coming up on that ball and couldn't quite get it over. And now it's going to be game point for CU, trying to extend that lead to 5 games to love here in the opening set.
And yet again, another serve off the net by Stewart.
And that one really hurts the Rams as CU's going to come away with the point and the game. That one clipped the tape on Stewart's backhand shot. Kaylee Schultz had to run up and just get it over the net, and CU was able to put that one away. Bad luck that time for CSU. Looked like Schultz was ready to hit that next shot and maybe get that thing to a deuce, but unfortunately clipped the tape. Point's going to go to CU, and they now are rolling in this first set 5-0.
That score is kind of misleading, Steven. I mean, we've seen these Rams. Early on, their return game wasn't doing it for them. Now it looks like they've got it on track, and now it looks like they should be coming and competing in these games.
Yeah, they're definitely winning a lot more points now. They opened the match with a horrific start, lost the first 10 points of the match, I do believe. Just nothing was going their way early, but starting to keep the ball in play more. You can't give a team like CU a lot of errors to work with. If you keep giving them freebies, they're going to roll you over. CSU's just got to try and keep the ball in play and keep it close, just kind of hang around and give themselves a chance, as we'll see Kendall Heitzner back to serve the freshman for the Rams. That one's going to go way long. It'll be a second serve coming up for Heitzner. Good serve that time on the second one, and Schultz is there to put it away. Good 1-2 punch, and a great way to start the game off for CSU, Demo.
Oh, yeah, big time. It's huge. They finally got the first point. They finally score first. Hopefully that gives them some momentum heading into this set.
Yeah, don't have to dig themselves out of a hole, at least to start in this game. It's always a lot easier out there on the court. Feel a lot more comfortable when you have an early lead in the game than having to come from behind again, and again. Thought that serve might have clipped the line. It's going to be called just long. It'll be second serve once again for Heitzner. Trying to get that ball back in play, unable to do so. Saw the power game that time from the southpaw and Saunders. She ripped 2 forehands, then hit the big cross-court backhand that time. Heitzner was able to get to the ball, but unable to put it back in play. Be 15-all now, and I'd like to see CSU maybe come out and make a play like that. Seems like CU swinging the rackets a lot more freely so far in this first set. Ball's really jumping off their rackets, and they're really taking it to the Rams right now. Really like to see them try and fight back here towards the end of the set. That ball is going to sail long. Point's going to go to the Rams, take a 30-15 lead here. Still looking for their first game in this opening set in the one doubles matchup between Kaylee Schultz, Kendall Heitzner, Juliet Stewart, and Saunders for CU. And that's just a great touch volley that time by Stewart, Demo.
Oh, yeah. There was no way anyone's getting to that ball.
She did a great job of really bending the knees on that one, getting down low for those balls. That's the most important part when you're trying to dig out a volley up there at the net. And her form was masterful that time, just showing you the experience of the CU team and the talent that they have out there on the other side of the court. But a good answer that time up at the net from Kaylee Schultz, sticking the volley. Saunders unable to get it back. And it's going to be now a game point for the Rams here in this opening set. Heitzner and Schultz talking this one over, trying to get on the board. We'll see if they can do so. It'll be Heitzner back to serve it. And that's going to be game 4 CSU, and they were on the board here, Demo, getting the first game of this opening set. Great squash shot that time by Heitzner. Threw Saunders off as she netted the next shot. And 5-1, you never want to get bageled in that opening set, so good job. Maybe they could carry some momentum now towards the end of this first set and on into the second set.
Yeah, hopefully we see a little more aggression now that they finally are on the board.
It'll be Saunders back to serve it out for CU here in the opening set. And that forehand is going to catch the line. What a shot that time from Schultz. Throwing a lot of spin on it. Skipping it right over the head of Saunders. And that's going to be a point for CSU. And, I think they'll take a few more of those lucky shots catching the line.
Yes, sir, Steven. There's nothing wrong with being a little lucky on the tennis court.
That serve's going to be long. Second serve coming up once again for the Buffaloes. And that return is going to sail long, that time from Schultz, evening things out at 15 all. Once again, CSU really has struggled to win points, especially on the second serves from CU. Usually that's when you got to try and take advantage and make some ground on the other team's service game, but nothing happening for CSU so far in this first set. And that ball is going to sail along. Good job that time by Heitzner. Keeping focus up there at the net with the smashes. Finally gets it to go. CU was playing pretty good defense there, Demo, but once again, Heitzner, great job keeping her composure up at the net. Point CSU.
And we're seeing more aggression.
And that time it was just a dreaded 1-2 combo from Saunders herself. Big time spin, serve, getting Schultz off the court, opening up that middle, and she just pounds the forehand through, and it's now 30-all here in this opening set. 5-1, CU on top, trying to close it out here. Got off to a really good start. CSU starting to pick up their play a little bit here towards the end of the set. Got on the scoreboard, now looking for a break here on Saunders' serve. That one's going to miss. Going to be second serve coming up for the Buffaloes. And that time just fed the giant up there at the net, and Stewart couldn't quite get it over her head. Stewart just reaches up and pokes it right behind Heitzner. Point CU.
And it's really showing here that this young CSU team's still putting it together, Steven.
Yeah, a lot to build on so far in this first set. They've been able to pick up their play as things have progressed. Got up to the poor start, dug themselves in a pretty big hole, but still some time left to try and come back in this one. CU serving for this game now. And that's going to be a fault. Missing left of the target that time was Saunders, going for a second serve now. And that's going to be game. Once again, that big swinging lefty serve showing off its effectiveness as Schultz was unable to get it back in play. 6-1 now, CU on top. This is going to be an 8-game pro set, so CU still has 2 more games to go before they capture this one. Definitely a lot of ground to make up in this one, Demo, but back on serve now. I think the key is to just try and focus, take it 1 point at a time. I know it's cliche, but you want to get this game on your serve before you start worrying about going back on the return side of things.
No doubt, Steven. You could tell that this Rams team just needs to settle down a little, calm down, settle on their nerves, and just serve it and start getting some points on the board.
See one of the assistant coaches there talking to the girls here as they come back out onto the court for this game. Gonna be Heitzner back to serve for the Rams. Once again, this is the number 1 doubles match here against CU. First spring match of the season for the Rams. This is the 5th for the CU Buffaloes, coming in definitely with a little bit of playing time out there on the court already this season. Not quite the same nerves as the CSU players are having going out there, and it's definitely showed so far here in the first set.
Also, CU not as young as this Rams team, as both as Saunders is a senior herself and Juliet is a sophomore, so you could definitely tell that their experience is showing over these young players on the CSU side.
It's actually going to be Kaylee Schultz back to serve, said Heisner earlier. And that's a big serve that time by Schultz. Ace right up the tee. 15-love lead in this game for the Rams.
Yeah, we need to see more of that aggression and more of those kinds of serves, Steven, if the Rams have any hope of getting back in this one.
Yeah, there's no point of holding back anything at this stage of this set. Just kind of throwing the kitchen sink at the Buffaloes and see what happens. Heitzner is going to hit that ball long, point to CU. Going for the kick serve that time was Schultz, and it looked pretty effective. Saunders just kind of went right back at Heitzner, kind of tied her hands up at the net, though, was unable to keep the ball in play, and we are now 15-all. Service goes long, bringing up second serve now for Kaylee Schultz. And that one is gonna be good for Schultz, finding an opening down the line once again. Saunders cheating just a little bit. Schultz makes her pay for it. That's the second time she has done that today. Good job of really finding the open alleyway and putting it home for the Rams, 30-15 now. And Schultz is going to call that ball long. 40-15 now, game point for the Rams. Probably the most consistent and best overall game they've played thus far in the match demo.
Yeah, you're seeing some aggression, you're seeing some good defense, and you're seeing them make some plays. That serve hits the net, so we're going to get a second serve for Schultz.
Once again, Schultz going for the line, but that time Saunders was waiting for it. She was all over that one, hitting the volley cross court in the opening, right in between both Schultz and Heisner. Point to the Buffaloes. Give Saunders credit. She knew Schultz went there twice before. She got burned. This time she was ready for it, and she made Schultz pay. And a nice serve that time by Schultz. Game goes to CSU as they take that one. Another good serve. Saunders unable to get it back in play. Rams still holding on to a little bit of hope here in this #1 doubles match as they take that one. Drawing the score now a little bit closer. 6-2. Buffaloes still on top. Juliet Stewart back to serve. First one's going to be a fault. Bringing up second serve now for the Buffaloes. And forehand from Stewart is going to sail long and wide. Point to CSU. Nice return that time by Kendall Heitzner.
Yeah, you could tell she just did a little cross up there, and it was just too much for Stewart to handle.
Love 15 now. Stewart back to serve once again for the Buffaloes in the I formation now. A little bit of a different look that time, and maybe it got to Schultz a little bit. She hits her return long, a little bit disappointed with herself, bringing it to 15-all. See Coach John Messick there in the side, yelling out some encouragement to his team. And that time Heitzner's shot sails long. It's going to be back-to-back points for the Buffaloes now, trying to extend their lead in this match. And once again, going with the I formation on the serve.
And that serve ends up hitting the net, so it'll be a second serve coming to the Buffs.
And now they switch into the regular formation on the serve. And not a very good return that time from Schultz. Put it right in the wheelhouse of Saunders, and she gets the easy put away up at net. Going to be game point now for the Buffaloes. Ball going across the court there, having to wait a little now. Get things going again. And once again, we see that 1-2 punch. Big serve by Stewart. Return right to Saunders at the net, and she puts it away. And that now gives the Buffaloes a 7-2 lead in this number 1 doubles match. Now 1 game away from capturing it and trying to get closer to earn that doubles point for CU in this match. Way things work. 3 doubles matches out there. The first one to win 2 gets the 1 doubles point. And then we have the 6 singles matches for the rest of the 6 points of the dual match coming up after this. So, important match. We'll see if CSU can pull off the miraculous comeback. Got to get things going right now with Kendall Heitzner back to serve.
Yeah, gotta show a little more aggression out there. You gotta also be responsive out there. It looks like once CU went to that I formation, Steven, it looked like they shook up CSU a little bit.
And that ball's going to be called a fault. Second serve coming up for Heitzner. Ooh, that time Saunders misses the easy put away. Point to CSU. Stewart crushed a forehand right at Schultz. Give her credit for just getting it back in play. And it paid off that time, giving the point to CSU. See the Rams talking a little strategy here. Looks like they want to try the I formation setup, see how it goes for them. That serve is going to go long, bringing up a second serve. Still staying in the I formation. And it worked that time. Not sure what Saunders was thinking. Kind of went right at Schultz up there in the net. And she just put it right at Stewart's feet for the point. 30 love now, CSU. Nice play that time, Demo.
Yeah, now you see they're going back to regular formation. Maybe trying to play some mind games here with the Buffs. And that serve hits the net, so second serve coming up.
And that time forehand flails on Heitzner. And she turns around and discuss, not happy with herself on that one, giving a pretty easy point away to the Buffaloes. Now at 30-15, CSU still out in front, trying to keep this match going as long as they can. Down 2-7 in this set. And another put away up at the net by Schultz. Looks like the I formation's working out pretty good for the Rams here on Heitzner serve. She's putting it right on the tee, and Saunders just can't get that return out of Schultz's reach, and that's a point for CSU. It's now 40-15. Serve goes long, bringing up a second serve. Ooh, and that time Schultz had a chance to put it away, had some open court, trying to be a little bit too precise with it, and she misses it. That's going to bring it to 40-30 CSU now.
Yet again, Rams meeting up, talking a little strategy, maybe discussing either going back to the I formation.
Yeah, it's kind of turned into their go-to, especially here on this ad side of the court, and they're going to go to it once again, trying to close this game out. And the return is going to go wide, and the game goes to CSU. And that's going to make it 7-3 in favor of the Buffaloes. It's going to be Saunders back to serve out this match now for CU. The lefty has been tough all match long. Let's see if the Rams could try and prolong this match on the return. And that shot isn't going to quite make it over the net from Heitzner. First point to CU is a good return, but CU able to put that point away, getting the stuff from Stewart. And 15 love now in favor of the Buffaloes, just 3 points away from the match. And that time is an ace by Saunders. Just wicked spin, finding the corner, pinpoint accuracy. Not much you could do with that one, Demo.
No, not at all. I mean, I think even some pros are envious of that serve right there.
Yeah, definitely a lot of talent out there for the CU players, and they're showing it off. A lot of different shots that they could pull off. 30 love now in favor of the Buffaloes.
And that serve's going to hit the net, so we're going to get a second serve from Saunders.
And good eye that time by Schultz, letting that one go long. It'll be 30-15 now, and finally CSU is able to capitalize off of a second serve from CU to capture that point on the error coming off the racket of Saunders. Back to serve now at 30-15.
And again, Saunders hits the net, so she's going to have to serve it up second serve again.
Another opportunity for the Rams. And that was just a great second serve that time by Saunders as she gets the point once again. Looked like that ball hit the roof for CSU, making now game, set, and match point for the Buffaloes. Just the 1-2 punch of the serve and forehand has just been killer to CSU all match long. That serve is going to be called out that time, bringing up another second serve for the Rams. Ooh, and that time Stewart dumps the volley into the net. Maybe eyes opened a little too big on that one as she had the easy put away to end it. Couldn't quite do it. Sometimes those easy ones are the toughest ones to hit out there, Demo.
Oh, yeah, you could tell that she just wanted that one, and she's kind of hitting herself on the head now because she wishes she had that one back.
See if the Rams could capitalize on this opportunity.
Oh, now they're going to get another opportunity because Saunders going to have to second serve yet again.
And that one's going to sail long, and that's going to do it for the #1 doubles match here on Court 2. CU Buffaloes coming away victorious as they capture this one by a score of 8-3. Good job for all the girls out there on the court this morning. Kaylee Schultz and Kendall Heitzner. Just a little too much power from the CU team in this one, but they played well. Definitely have to be proud of the way they came back and fought hard till the end of this one. Hopefully we can see good things to come in the singles matches. And up next,